Hey guys, Frank here, just with another video testing or showing the results of some testing and going through one of the maps for the Mapcore mapping contest going on right now for CSGO, and just a bit of a feedback video on what possible changes could be made to the map to make it better. Overall, the map is actually pretty good. It's actually very well thought out in my opinion. All the sites have lots of opportunity for terrorists to execute, but they all seem well balanced. Both the sites seem well balanced with opportunities for executes and smokes through various places on the map, windows, but also opportunities for retake nades and things like that, and many various plays you can make that to hold each site or to gain a pick as a terrorist, boosting on these walls, for example. But none of them are overpowered or can be abused. So there's many ways you can take sites and things like that and divide them with smokes, and overall it's definitely a well thought map and one of the best in the contest from what I've tested so far. I'm just going to go through the few suggestions because obviously they're the things that might need changing or the map I might want to change, and they're more useful than just overly praising the map, unfortunately. So the first thing I'd say is a bit of a problem right now from playing the map is that this angle here and this angle here behind the door essentially serve the same purpose to hold this position against the doors, but unfortunately this angle is a bit broken. Well, it seems a bit broken. It's spammable by CTs, by terrorists, I guess, so you can get people, but I think it's unnecessary, and to actually check this angle without making noise, you have to expose yourself all to quite a lot of sight. Well, around about here is when you fully see the player, so you're exposed to this window here and anyone boosting or peeking from here. So, or anyone even just holding the angle here. So I think both angles do the same job, and this one's a lot just more awkward, especially to actually clear this properly. You'd have to Molotov in here and spam this wood, or Molotov both of them, and I think it's a bit too much of a commitment from terrorists, and you have to make noise clearing. I think this part of the map where you're like just ready to go for the execute, you shouldn't have to make noise to clear it. Similar to like on cache on A main, you don't have to make noise to check lockers, which is an angle you can hold in the site, or you don't have to, sorry, not make noise, but you don't have to expose yourself or let it be like make any indication that people know you're there. And it's like just as you're ready to go in A main, you can check to the right to see locker room, and you don't have to make noise, but it is a position CTs can hold. So maybe rework this position, I'm not sure, or just block it off with crates, because this essentially does the same job, and it's, I don't know, it just makes taking the site a little bit more awkward and doesn't really help anything gameplay wise. The second point, sorry, I was just looking at the text files of what points I jotted down. I think mid could maybe be cleared up a bit because right now it doesn't, this whole area here, I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is, what the map makers thought about. You can just hide in a lot of angles in mid, and it's lurking, I guess, as a terrorist, or as a CT you can hide here. Bearing in mind you get to middle quite early before terrorists, so you do have time to get into these angles here, and with a smoke thrown here,
I'm laying down some smoke,
which you can easily throw before terrorists get there, you can hide in any number of spots in. This obviously is less useful exposed in middle, so I think either what would be, I don't know, kind of a bad solution, but it will probably work a bit as intended, would be just to block this area off from actually being able to go into it, because obviously you don't want to remove it because it adds to the aesthetic of the map, and it would be a massive change that way. So maybe block it off, maybe have it so you can go on this part, the wooden board, but you just can't go on this ground, if that's what you're going for. Especially when there's like these awkward angles that terrorists can hide in and get lurk kills from people crossing middle. I think it streamlined the gameplay a bit more, and I think it's, while blocking it off, there's still opportunities for a lurker to hold in middle, in other spots, such as if you're a terrorist and you're attacking B site and your teammates have gone ahead, for example, you can hold along this ledge quite easily and hold the flank. And you don't. I think this is just kind of unnecessary, and it's just not, all these add too many angles for holding middle. Another solution would probably be just to, because keep this rock maybe if you want this rock to be a good lurking spot to peek window with. Like once you've managed to get out of middle, you can hide behind the rock, similar to boxes on Mirage, and get past, and then maybe push up. But maybe just extend. I'm not sure how you'd make it look nice, but extend this wall so it comes locked around about here, so you can maybe just get round the rock, but you can't hide so deep in middle. Yeah. And the only other small thing is this area in mid is essentially useless and just a bit extra fluff, really, a bit awkward. You could maybe change it. Along with this jump here, you can't stand up here and the clipping's a bit off. I think maybe you should be able to stand up, though maybe it's because standing up you'd be able to see over this wall, so maybe you need to heighten this wall a bit so you can stand up here, just so you can actually peek mid, because this wall can be used right now to... I'll just do the jump, that's the easiest way to get back up there. Now I'm failing the jump, a bit awkward. Alright. If you peek at the back here, you can use it to get a mid window pick, but you're actually, like, peeking is really hard right now because you're just so slow, and the CT's gonna, if they're AWPing middle, watching here, they can see your body come out way before you can probably get a shot. You can get a shot off. So maybe have it so you can peek like that, because it's still quite a difficult peek and shot to make if you can run. Because you can only get off. You're also exposed while doing this peek. You're also exposed to the rest of middle, so it's not like it's a easy risk to take. And it would be useful. It wouldn't. I don't think it would make it hard for CT to hold, especially, for example, if you hold mid anywhere other than along this angle, you're safe from that boost anyway in all these positions. Or if you even hold it tight, so you're just watching the A cross, you're not exposed from that boost. So that's one thing that would just make it a bit less awkward. The last point is, I'd say, it's very minor, but these spikes have clipping on them, whereas these ones don't, and it makes it so the mid player rotating from mid to A, it just makes the rotating a bit awkward because you can get stuck on these spikes. Sometimes you make it just to here, so you have to do a second jump, or sometimes you can make, not doing it now, but sometimes you can, if you crouch obviously, you can make the whole jump and then we'll get stuck on this side. I think it would be better if you just had full clipping on it, so you can make the jump properly, go around. If you want, like, so you can fast rotate. It's just a minor thing. Everything other than that, great map. Congrats to the map making. Must have put quite a lot of time into it, and seems like it's paid off. So later.